Spencer, what a week in football. We've won 2-1 here against Chippenham with a late winner from substitute Louis Holzman. How are you feeling?
A lot better than I was on Saturday. Yeah, this division, this game, it's... I know the cliche is try not to get too low on defeats and too high on victories, but it's tough at the moment. And look, it's a magnificent victory. Yeah, I thought the first half was very even. I thought it was poor quality. I thought both teams were very nervous. They had one good chance with Mayhew that goes just wide, and we had a couple as well, half chances. But both teams just, as I said, I didn't think it was good quality at all. Not much of a spectacle, but we were brave at half time, and I thought the second half, with the exception of two moments, we were quite brilliant. You won't see much better first goal than we scored. It was a fantastic team goal. I am disappointed with the goal we conceded. It's very soft. I don't think it's a free kick. I thought the referee really struggled today. I thought he was... we hardly got anything. I think there's a penalty in the second half there. He's late on hacks after the ball's travelled, so I can understand why he's missed it, but his job there is to see it. And you think we're only going to get a point. The clearances they make off the line, the save or block from the keeper in the 91st minute. It was relentless by us, to be fair. And besides that awful goal and one snapshot when they make the subs from Parsons on the edge, we've been relentless, and we got our reward at the end. We were brave that we went short. We crossed it in, and it's a great header. And it's a great scenes, with the fans there, the few fans that did turn up tonight. I mean, wow, they were brilliant there at the end. We deserved to win the game comfortably, really, in the second half. It was relentless. Two brilliant goals. There were so many good performances. Wes obviously coming on at half time was excellent, but I have to give some special thanks to Rax. Rax gets a lot of criticism, not from me, by the way. I want our fans to know. Rax was here on Saturday, been ill all week. He said, I've got to be here. If you need me, I'll give everything. He works so hard, he cares. And I thought his link-up play today and his work rate was quite phenomenal. I read it, particularly second half. I didn't want to take him off because I knew, and his creativity, and that's nothing taken away from Mason, who's been really good the last couple of weeks. But, I thought the team generally was really, really good. It was a pressure cooker of a game for obvious reasons. Which is why I said I think the first half pretty much just evened itself out. But, we have to try and enjoy it. It was a massive 3 points. I said it before, I'm not going to hide behind it. I felt it was must win. I really did, especially with the next couple of fixtures we've got coming. But it shows we're still fighting. And the fact that we could turn around from what was, on the scoreline abysmal on Saturday, but we had the same amount of chances in the game, the stats show. We won more duels, but we lost 5-0. We can all still talk about that game, but I'm going to put it in a box after today. Second goal's crucial. It's 3 yards offside. So, we were poor, but you see what this league's like. The team that absolutely demolished us got demolished last night, and it's round and round. And, Chippenham beating Torquay and Chippenham beating Maidstone. And at the moment, everyone can beat everybody. It's really tough, but we've got to enjoy it. It was a fabulous performance, played some great football. Everyone put a hell of a shift in, and we move on.
Of course, we are quite a young side, but does that performance and result show what we're capable of?
Look, we've not been bad. I mean, you have to look at the state of this goddamn season. About 4 weeks ago, I decided to make pretty much wholesale changes in the defence. He brought in our first choice replacement keeper from Reading. He lasted 45 minutes. I brought in my two new centre halves. Mason Barrett injured. Poor Jordan Tunnicliffe, I can announce, has absolutely smashed his ACL to pieces. He's going to be out for more than a year. I'm just gutted for him. I'm for 1% gutted for me in this club, but for him, it's just horrific. Seriously, it's other clubs moan about injuries, but they go out and replace with lots of players. We can't do that. John Anunga's injured. He only played 20 minutes. He's gone and done his knee. It's relentless. But the group we've got in now care. They really, really care. And anyone who doubted that, watch it back in the highlights, watch it on Dazan, or those you were here, saw what it meant in the 95th minute, So, look, we got a long way to go. But we're fighting. We'll have bad days. We've got to play two of the best sides that are in the league away coming up. You know, but we've got to stick together. And two fabulous goals today. Some of the intricate play. I mean, as I said, you saw their bodies on the line, their goalkeeper, the saves they were making. You know, I'm trying to think, has our keeper made a save in the game? You know, but it's an abysmally bad goal. So we nearly ended up with only the point, but we got the 3. We won't get too high about it. We know what a big challenge we've got coming up, but we're banging it and we're going to keep going.
And you made a change at half-time. Was that a tactical or injury, or did you have the referee in mind with that one?
It certainly had a major part of the referee being involved. I don't think it was a booking, and I think he was just going to send him off. And you know, Wes is here for a reason. Wes has not played a lot of football. Courts has not played a lot of football. Hakeem has just come back from injury. I normally wouldn't have left Rax on. I would have put Mason on, but Rax was just causing so many problems to him. As I said, in the second half in particular. You know, he works so hard. I mean, I look back at the Dorking game and, you know, we gave him a hard time first half. But I think, you know, on the Monday, he's saying he's really ill. And I think he was probably ill before that game, but he's so honest. And, you know, I'm super pleased for him. You know, we all get criticism, you know, me probably more than most. But the reality is don't ever commit, you know, the shift he put in and the quality and the link work. And look, we've got players. Alfie Tuck's not been playing a lot of football. Michael Strickland, you know, it's going to take a bit of time. But what a shift, you know, what a shift.
And of course, Louis Holzman grabbed the winner off the bench. You talked about the first goal there. Can you talk about the winning goal?
Yeah, look, the winning goal, that we were about to dump it long, and I said, go short, get it to Hakeem, put the cross in. And Louis is another one. He's not been playing, and I think he's not match sharp at the moment, as sharp as he needs to be. And I've told him that. But, you know, it's a great header. It's a great cross. And it's what we deserved, isn't it? You know, said there was nothing in the first half, really, between the sides. You know, very little anyway. And second half, it was pretty much one-way traffic, and you know, fantastic to win it, and a great night. And you know, we always talk about in football, we're in the entertainment business. We talk about that we're into moments, and tonight was a great moment. We've got to back it up. We've got to go again. We need to get the fans back. We desperately need the attendance up. It's ripping us apart here. You know, still got to pay these players. People say, "Oh, you've sold a player, go and get others." Seriously, how do they think we do this? You know, but you know, I'm really pleased for and grateful to the people that came today, and they saw how much it was, and it was a great moment there at the end, and I certainly enjoyed it, that's for sure. And the boys are going to sleep well tonight.
This week, the club announced the departures of Dom Polian and Amir Hadi. Have you got any further comments on those?
Well, Amir, I've already discussed, so that was a 7-day approach. I'm not happy about it. I think it's ridiculous, but we wish him all the best. It's, you know, agents want to move. This particular agent moves players around, so get on with it. But we wish him the best. Polian is, I'm happy to tell the fans a little bit more about that quickly, because I don't want to bore you all to tears. Dom came to me before Christmas and said that he really wanted to go back full time. It came out of the blue, and an offer had come in from a club that I'm not going to declare, but it's not the obvious one that you might think. And we tried to do the deal, but unfortunately there were players coming the other direction, and one of the players who we thought was going to say yes, that was going to come here, didn't want to do it. So the deal collapsed, and I think it got to him. Truthfully, I think it got to him. I don't blame him for that. We're human beings. You know, he wanted to go there. It was good for his life. He's gone part-time. He missed the full-time. And I think it affected him. And I think it affected his performances. He had a few niggles as well. And we also had a little bit of a burst of a good set of results at that time. So it didn't happen. He wasn't in the side. And then there was another offer from another club that came in, which didn't happen. They couldn't agree terms. And we felt it was best for everyone, you know, because his head had gone a little bit. And as I said, no disrespect to that. And then I got a phone call, obviously, from Dagenham, probably, was it Monday night, just before training. And Dom was potentially going to start today because I thought he was excellent against Chippenham in the first game. And I have to say, Dagenham were super professional, very respectful. Spoke to Daryl. We dealt with the owner, and the deal was done in minutes from both ends. And it's a good deal for us. It hasn't worked out, but he goes with our absolute blessings. I understand why he lost the form from that perspective, you know, with full respect to him. Wish him all the best. Dagenham were absolutely superb on it. And bluntly, we need the money. You know, we do need the money. You know, our attendance is, this is what, only the second, third game in 7 weeks. You know, we're a club that is really struggling. We're bringing in players for free. And, you know, can we try and bring another forward? We're always trying. Well, it's unlikely because they're the hardest ones to get in. But I think you've seen today with Rax and Mason's got back into form, that we've got 2 really good number 9s. We've got lots of 10s and wingers that are getting into it. As I said, we've got lads that do need the minutes. But we wish Dom all the best. It was a good deal for everyone. It was the right deal. And I had a lovely chat with him. And we wish him all the best at Dagenham. And without declaring too much, sorry, Dagenham, apologies, Hornchurch. And we're all a bit of Hornchurch fans for promotion, so you can work out why. So we might have to unofficially support them at the end there. But yeah, no, we're grateful for it. It didn't work out, but sometimes these things don't work out. But people criticised him as well for lack of trying. Don't always believe people's body language. Humans are different. I spoke to him many times. He cared. He wasn't happy with his performances sometimes, and he's scoring goals up to November. It's not as easy as people think. There's always a lot going on, and fans often only see a very small part of it. But let's wish him the best. It's worked out the right way in the end, and we'll move on.
We head to Ebbsfleet United on Saturday afternoon, hoping for more of the same.
It'll be very different. Let's be honest. Ebbsfleet are one of the best home records in the league. They've got a massive, brilliantly funded squad, great players, keep the ball for fun. We'll have a game plan. I've got to be realistic. It's Wednesday night, state the obvious now. Those players that have played 96 minutes are absolutely in bits. So there has to be changes. We'll have to be disciplined. But we've got good players. I said this, what was so shell-shocking from Saturday is we were so positive going into Saturday's game, and that's where football kicks you hard. And we've got a good group. Look, again, we're losing players. The Jordan thing is just terrible. As I said, we'll try and do something for him for sure. But they're a very talented side, and nobody expects us to get anything there. And then obviously Torquay on Tuesday night, but we're still in it. We don't need to win every game to stay up this season. We will give it everything. We've got quality players. I will get it out there straight away. Wes will not be playing, or certainly won't be playing unless the game's stone dead. Because that's the agreement we have. I don't mind the fans knowing that's the right thing. Ebbsfleet were fantastic with his transfer to us. So, let's be honest about it, before the fans go, why on earth is today's man in the match not playing? Because we're honourable here and we do things the right way. So, we will give it everything. Really tough team that, will be expecting to get promoted. They've got pressure on them though. They've got pressure on them. They've got to be winning. They've not been winning as much, but they're a fabulous side. But, our away support is brilliant. It's really good. They get together and let's go there and be positive, have a good game plan. Got to manage the players really carefully after today and turn around quickly on Saturday and then obviously on Tuesday, 2 huge travelling jobs. But, we're banging this.
Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Spencer, and best of luck for Saturday.
Thanks a lot, Dom.